Hello, greetings, my friends. I come to wish you a good day. This is a Monday of Pentecost, and we're handling this cycle of duality. So it's like it can be very chaotic as well, but I understand there is a great deal of the victory is right there. It is already graspable. Call on the goddess of victory, the beautiful goddess of victory, and expect some wonderful things to come into your life. Prepare yourself for unexpected blessings always, and meditate on peace, on breathing each and every day. Take at least 3 times a day. It can be morning, afternoon, and night, or but at least 3 times to come and relax, to know all is well, to become one with the divine plan, where all is already well. And so, for there is an infinity, the part of us that is infinite, that is God. God is infinite, supreme, ultimate, absolute, infinite. And but even if you cannot see it, feel it, sense it just yet, there is this part, and do not and recall that part for that part to become more present within yourself, that God part, that God self within. And so, well, we have to understand that we're far more powerful than we believe. We have to do the inner work, and then from there we work behind the scene. It's like nobody knows what we do, but God knows. And I've been doing that for 30 years. I've done incredible things. Only God knows, but I've assisted the planet through this process. And it's really what matters in a sense, but now it's about anchoring this whatever wisdom we've been given, we've been receiving through is to anchor it into the humanity, into the planet, and to assist humanity, to be a guide to humanity in order to assist the humanity, in order to awaken. And so it's one heart at a time, and we every day seek to awaken one person in a gentle way. And the internet is very powerful for that. It is a means by which to communicate. For there is no need to repeat the old cycle that in order to satisfy the needs of others or the expectations of others, for they expect to repeat the old cycle. But life is always moving forward, always moving on. It's like Pandora's box. When the box is open, when something is known, when the cat is out of the bag, there is no way you're going to forget it. You have to accept. You cannot say, well, I do not know, I didn't know that. So, well, but your inner self will tell you, well, I just told you that. So now you can no longer deny it. Sometimes it takes a while to integrate those things, but we're getting ready for this solar flash, but then we'll see it one moment at a time. We live one moment at a time, whether in the solstice, when the solar flash will come in, for now we want to move one step at a time, little step by little steps, and focus now there's a great deal of more clarity in relationship to what we really want, to our highest dreams, our highest desires. What are they? We know that. And so we want to focus on that. And even if we do not know how to manifest that into our life, it doesn't matter. For God has means by which and resources that we do not know. And anything can come into our life at any given time that will change. A phone call can change your life. A letter can change your life. A meeting of somebody can change your life forever in a positive way. Also focus on that. Know that. And expect it without expectation. It's kind of subtle, but just so you don't get disappointed. But be ready for sometimes things are held back for quite a while, and then eventually it comes in if you determine enough to receive any kind of experience. For fear, once we feel fear, we can release it. If we're not allowed to feel fear, we'll never discover love. For in order to discover love, we have to accept to feel all the feelings, and it is natural to feel fear sometimes, but not to give it power, or to feel guilty about being joyful or sad. To become an observer, to accept the joy, the abundance, the freedom. And no matter what anybody else is living, then we'll be able to assist in the best of our ability. And it's okay to fantasize about the life that we really want, even if we do not know how to create it. It's fully we have to accept that. We're becoming a lot more sensitive to a lot of things, but only to that which match our consciousness, that has consonance with our reality. For there is this absolute truth of God, and then there is our relative truth that we're growing with and within every day, and we have to also accept that. For most of the suffering comes from the fear of the past that we are repeating in the now, but it's deactivated. All kinds of old fears being deactivated are being healed. And and it's understanding the media, that most of the people in the media, a lot of them are controlled by the direction that they've been asked to take, but a lot of them are living in fear, and they believe that this is really what they have to project, and so they do not know, they're not aware of anything else, of any other timeline. So they when you look at the media, they project a timeline that's extremely negative for the future of humanity, that we're going to destroy the earth and eventually move on to another planet we'll be able to destroy. They have no clue of what's the divine plan will reserve humanity once they become aware, and they let go of all those ego plans. For there is no higher power above. For there is a higher power above, of course, but it is only we can only feel it in a meaningful way once we realize it is also part of us. It is always our true self, always has been. This great God is our true nature. It is for all is made by God. Were made at the image of God. For otherwise, it is only astral projection. We project something in the astral plane, and it's picked up by entities, positive or negative, that will reflect to us whatever, but the ascension has to come. We have to know that we love God because He is first, because He is all that is. Then we love God because He is within us, and then if afterwards we will love God because we exist within God, He or she or it. For God is all, and so. For we cannot return to normal life, because everything is always moving forward. What we have to learn to do is to live from our highest attained state of consciousness, to always live from the best. We want to become the best version of ourselves. Every day we want to strive for it, but not feel guilty if we don't completely fulfill that. It's a process. We have to trust the process. For Earth's life is not an illusion. It is a sort of fourth dimension, we can call it an illusion, but it is all very real. It is our perception of life that is an illusion, because we have all those fearful beliefs in relationship to life, when in truth there is only the love of God that is real. But that's something that grows a little bit stronger every day, and it's okay to take a breath, to be okay with it, to be okay with all that is. For all of it is teaching humanity in order to find to realign, to learn their lessons. So breathe. I'm going to pull 5 cards with the Akash and see what For in the past is imprisonment and slavery. For we coming out of this darkness, we're coming out of the cavern of Plato. We're letting go of the bondages of the past. Where we are now is living or traveling, where the freedom is right before us. And what is coming in the future is biblical. It will be changed of biblical proportion. Where we are working on now is finding peace within, putting an end to wars and battles, the inner battles and outer battles. There's no more need. It's only the ego thing that makes us fight. So finding this peace, and the outcome will be the arts, the grace, the beauty, the discovering of the sharing of that essence that is truth, beauty, and goodness. And so I wanted to say for we are the creator of our life, but there is a lot of it within our life that is co-created from creator's standpoint. And so sometimes we have to accept that we are the creator. We want to empower our thoughts and vision with a lot of love and joy and happiness, so we can bring them into our life, but also understand there is time where we're completely incapable of that. So accept that you are the created, and there is a life that is being created for you by your creator to connect to this higher self. And accept happiness as is in the now, no matter what is to accept to live in happiness, in joy, and in surrender, rather than waiting for it or running after it. It's accept the happiness, and then happy things will come to confirm that, one moment at a time, becoming one with the divine plan. And so this is about the essence of the message I wanted to. I saw funny things on social media. It was somebody who was saying if politicians were living on minimum wage, things will change rather quickly, because they will realize that you cannot live on minimum wage in this world, and so they will make laws that would. But it's an idea, because if you underpay politicians, they become easily corruptible, because they have a lot of power, and so the lobby will give them a lot of money to pass laws that will serve their own private interest. So you do want to pay well politicians, but they really, a lot of them are living in a sphere of reality that is completely disconnected from the people. And that's why there is a lot of populist movement. I'm not really keen about this nationalism thing, but populist means to serve the people. Those who are not serving the people, who are they serving? It's like, in essence, so because in the media, populist is like an insult. You're a populist, but populist means to serve the people, for the people, by the people, and so. But everything will balance itself out. You want to focus on your inner peace, your inner well-being, and we're going to change government also. Many things will have to be shifted during this whole century. A lot of things so we're going to move into this golden age. We're going to have transparent leaders, people that are wholly dedicated to the well-being and the quality of life of all the citizenry, and we can stop we have the first thing to do is to eliminate poverty. I like wealth and luxury and comfort and all those things, but it's very, as a spiritual being, it's I can even if I enjoy that, I still feel uncomfortable to know that there are some people that have nothing when there is so many resources in the world, and we could eliminate that poverty forever. It's completely unacceptable. It's uncivilized. So, but we're in a primitive society, but we need to grow up, to awaken, and take care of ourselves first. Then we'll see how we can educate in a way that we can uplift the whole program. Well, I hope this will make sense to you. This painting is like a goddess or a woman. She has this Trinity jewelry. And this is a painting, it's the third of that series. It was a portrait of the solar system, so with about 150 planets and with their names and symbols. And it's the darkest one of all, but the space is very dark. The planets are very, we don't see them very well in relationship to the stars who are shining. And eventually the Earth will become a star. She will be visible from afar. She will shine. She'll be in the fifth dimension. She will be enlarged. She will be amazing. And so we already want to envision this brilliant energy, this brilliant blue light that emerges from the Earth and shines throughout the universe. The Earth is the catalysis point, the catalyzer for the shift in the whole galaxy, and is extremely significant. What's going on here is much more significant than what we believe in relationship to a far greater plan in the universe. And you are more significant than anything else in relationship to this Earth plan. So take care of yourself, love yourself. And we finish with this song. It's called Your Song. It's from Elton John. It goes like this. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potion in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the moss. Well, a few of those verses, well, they got me quite cross, but the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that I keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Great song, very romantic. It's like romance is becoming there is a time for everything. Today is a time for a small step, a little thing, because there is time to cultivate our dream, and there is time to take care of little things, to be humble, to clean up the house, to do little things that we can let go of the dream, and we can address all those little things that are part of our life. And so the highest wisdom from four cards of my friend Sandra, the highest wisdom is the association with God, with spirit, not the partnership with the lower forces, the demons or anything like that. If we associate ourselves with the lower energies, we become we fall into the trap of darkness. But when we become a cooperative component with the plan of God and the higher force of spirit and love and light, then there is all kinds of forces that are assisting us in the process of our life. What we need to understand is the effort. What kind of effort do we need to produce in order to get the result that we are seeking? So sometimes not too much, but not too little efforts as well. What we need to do is destiny. We have to embrace our destiny, our passion, to envision this amazing life that the universe can provide for us, and to fulfill the destiny that we set ourselves to before we even came here. We decided we were going to assist the planet with the ascension, and so this is definitely a part of our destiny. And the outcome is action. It is the right action. It is about moving into to move out of waiting and to move into action. So this is definitely in the process of becoming. Well, I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.